All right, so on the table now is Marrakech. And you may be wondering, which Marrakech are we talking about? Because there are dozens of games that have Marrakech or Marrakesh or some variant of that city name as its title. This is the one with the carpets.
Marrakech, the one with the carpets.
The one with the carpets. I mean, that should be what it is. Marrakech, the one with the carpets.
Is it
Sell the
actually
carpets.
just Marrakech?
It's just Marrakech.
Just Marrakesh.
Yes, with a C on the end.
Can you give us the flavor?
CH.
Doesn't it have like one of the pages in the 17-page rule book, but that's because it's in 16 different languages?
We
Right,
offer
'cause the
free
game just isn't
replacement
that
of
hard.
all game pieces for 10 years simply by sending us a... What year was this?
They owe us-
2007.
We missed the
They need to
time
give us a
frame.
silver
Dang it.
coin.
I mean, Fundex is still around, so we might be able... I don't know. Gigamax?
You can still buy this
Gigamic?
game.
I don't know.
Gigantic.
Gigantic. Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. Mississippi Public Education strikes again. And also, I'm reading it upside down, so that's part of it.
You're also in Spanish.
All right. So, Marrakech. I think Chris is the one that's most familiar with this one. You want to give us the rundown?
Sure. Is there any flavor text in there?
I didn't see any flavor text in the rulebook. It's really one page. It's just in a whole bunch of different languages.
Gotcha.
So
That's why there's 17 pages. Actually, there's 27 pages, but it's all different languages.
All different languages. Is one of them Arabic? It should be.
yeah.
I mean, it's Marrakech.
It is Marrakech. Anyway,
So this is an area control game. It's short and sweet. It's simple. It's probably going to take us all of 20 minutes to play. It's very simple to understand. We each start with, 30 gold and 12 carpets. And we have a boss, and he's going to be walking around. If he lands on a space that somebody else has a carpet on, when you roll it, then you pay that person however many pieces connect together of their carpet. On your turn, it's pretty simple. You can turn them left, right, or keep them going straight. And
there's a die that's got 1, 2, or 3, or 4 spaces that he can move.
Is it little slippers, maybe?
Yeah,
the little sandals.
slippers.
Yeah, cute.
So it's got a 1, 2 2s, 2 3s, and a 4. So as he approaches the edge of the board, there's these little turnarounds that he'll make.
Yeah.
So he just kind of makes this circuit around.
Yeah, and so the area control aspect, if I'm remembering correctly, is when he lands on a carpet, however many tiles of that color there are, everyone has to give that player that much money.
whoever
Whoever's
turns
turn
it
it
rolls,
is, yeah.
they have to give that player that much money.
Yeah,
and then you get to place a carpet down,
Mm-hmm.
right?
adjacent to him.
Adjacent to it, and that covers up other carpets.
Yes.
yeah, but you can't cover a full carpet up.
No,
you can cover
can
one
you
square.
can cover one of the 2 squares that carpet covers.
So at the end of the game, the points are scored by you count the number of carpets that you can be seen from an overhead view, and then the number of coins that you have.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's really about putting your carpets in an advantageous place and making large connections of carpets so that you
It's really
make
about
more
bribing
money.
the boss so he's
Well, yeah, that too. And
steps
then,
on your carpets.
yeah. So, I mean, it's a fun, simple, light game. We're going to go ahead and give it a shot, and once we get done, we'll come back and let you know what we think.
Marrakesh. Not any of the versions I found on Board Game Geek, but
It's there.
I didn't find it.
Yep. So what we have now is a pile of rugs. You know,
Big old pile of rugs.
You know, it's a very simple game, but you know, people talk about the presentation and the fact that you have little cloth rugs.
I think that's fun.
It's really cool.
It's a unique game piece.
It's very
We have
unique.
Yeah.
We actually have a pile of cloth rugs. There's somehow still empty spaces.
Yeah, this particular game, we still had what 3, 4
Four.
empty spaces, and you know, some games you don't have any. It fills up real quick, but yeah, this is a lot of fun.
I do enjoy. You can kind of see the history there because there's a a physical pile of rugs where people kept covering them up. So it's like 4 or 5 rugs thick.
There's spaces with 1. The space over here has 5. The space over here has 5.
Like 1, 2,
3, 4, 5 as well.
5, something like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's fun.
2 spots on the board were very busy.
It's
There was a
fun.
lot of large numbers, not a lot of paying other people money.
Yeah.
We did not really.
Yeah, not a lot of money kicked around on
We
this.
got real lucky laying landing on our own spaces. So
Yeah.
I mean, I think I had one big payout where John landed on my rugs and gave me $9.
Yeah,
and
that's all
what,
it takes.
That's what
I
won the game
gave
for
you the
me.
win.
Yeah.
If somebody had landed on me when I had that 11 there, then I would have won.
That would have been it. We all avoided that corner very intentionally.
Yeah, and then the last like 3 turns, it was boom, 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 cover Chris up.
yeah, y'all covered me up the entire game. I think my biggest ever area of rugs was 6. I think that's the biggest I was able.
I had
You
a
have 8 right there.
I had
I
a
have 8
decent
right there,
I had a
but-
decent sized area that kept getting split in half, and I was like, all right,
That was on purpose.
That was on purpose.
yeah, I know.
I enjoyed doing that many times.
I figured, but I
like,
figured
"Wah,
the thing is, people enjoyed splitting it in half so much. I still had a decent amount of area on the board. It just people just
Right.
enjoyed splitting it. And I was like, okay, well, whatever. I've still got
Well, but
like
that's sort of the nature of the game. So this is one of those games where it's just everybody's tugging on everybody else. Everybody's trying to neutralize everybody else the entire time you're playing, and that's fine. It's a very typical Euro where the rules can be explained in 90 seconds, maybe.
Yeah, I
and-
mean, the
Also, I
rules
think-
are half a page and pretty decent sized font.
yeah. I mean, I think when you say Euro, people kind of expect something heavier, but this is a pretty light game.
It was a very light game.
yeah,
It's
very light
fun.
game.
I enjoyed it. It's not like
So the old
you know,
definition of Euro was simple in its rule set, but complex in its play.
right.
So you've got like 1 or 2 rules, but the way those rules interact with the board is gives you complexity. So like Settlers of Catan, classic Euro, it's only got like 3 rules. You roll the dice, you get the resources, you pay the resources. All right, so 4 rules, and then you get to
buy
trade.
something,
Yeah. So it's very simple, but how you maneuver on that board and do your negotiation and all of those things, that's what makes it complex.
I mean, I enjoyed this game because it's a simple game. I don't think it's that complex.
No.
Not at
I
all.
mean, yeah, it's not, but given the amount of rules,
You know what this game is? We're playing a 4-player game, and on each of your turns, you have 3 coaches helping you out, figuring out where you should be putting your carpet.
how to screw Sam
And we kept on heading away from each other. We would always head back to our own carpets to build.
Well, that's
our
what you
own
want to
bigger.
do.
Well,
But but with the numbers, there just wasn't a lot of times where you landed on anybody else. And
You
a
sound
lot
like
of times there are. Like you roll a 1. There
Sound
were a
like
couple
you
times.
think there should have been more money exchanging hands, Chris.
There were a couple times that it was lucky or just the right roll to make it where you
Yeah,
didn't.
I mean that's the nature of the
Yeah.
game.
I mean, I've played games where I've had no money at the end of the game.
Yeah, we've had people run out of money.
Well, yeah, you land
Yeah.
on Chris's 11 size behemoth a couple
Yours was as
times,
big
and you're
as
out.
mine.
Well, yeah, but I'm trying not to call attention to that.
Yeah, I've actually played this on BGA a couple times, and I think one of the times I played, like, I ran out of money at least halfway through. The guy had somehow managed to get like a 6 or a 7, and I somehow landed on it 3 times in a row and just lost all my money.
Nice.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
there's a big there's a big
Actually,
chunk of
that
luck
was
here.
the last time I played on BGA because I was like, no, I'm done with this.
You don't even get a look at the pile of pretty fabric at the end.
I know. I mean,
Well, my game started to unravel when you guys were over in that corner.
rug pun.
Unravel. He did a carpet joke. It is a deep, deep pile of fun.
And I think it ended right before our patience began to fray.
Well, you pulled the rug out from me. I'm done. I don't have any more.
No, it's one of those games where you're haggling the entire time. You're going to put your carpet there, right? No, you want to put it behind him right there. So you, like I said, you got 3 coaches the entire time you're playing, and that's even in a game as simple as this. I mean, there's a certain camaraderie to it that you're all trying to knife each other all simultaneously.
Right.
which is-
You just don't want to give the other guy like a perfect option to like, oh, I turn right and there's nothing. You
Right.
always want to make them have the chance to hit you.
Right, the
or hit
eternal
somebody
struggle.
Else.
It's 4 guys all with a gun pointed at each other's head, saying, "No, whatever you do, take him out. Don't take me out. You only got a 1 in 4 shot ahead hitting me, and that's and there's nothing hidden here, so you know what's going on. You can see everybody's money, you can see everybody's rugs. But
I mean, Steven would have had a rough turn next time. I mean, if there was
Yeah,
one
that's-
more turn, it would have been
he
ugly.
certainly wasn't getting any yellow. That's
yeah,
for sure.
That's a pretty nasty turn.
Yeah.
I made this comment on Reddit about a different game, but I think it applies here as well. This is a game where there are just enough rules to get out of your way to let you play the game.
Right.
And so basically, like, yeah, there's rules and it gives you a framework, but I mean, this is
comes from
like
decision.
you said, this is 3 coaches telling you what you should and should not do, and every one of those voices is telling you to do something that is beneficial to them.
Right. Exactly.
And frankly,
And nobody has your best interest in mind.
no, nobody. But frankly, like, there's just not a lot of decisions. Like, there's good decision points in this game, but there's not too many of them, right?
Yeah. And they're
you
not-
choose one of 3 directions. You roll the die, you pay the money, and then you decide where you want to put your carpet down.
Do you want to expand your own
you
carpet
wanna-
land,
do you
or
wanna
do you want to
cover
split
up?
somebody else's
Yeah.
carpet land into 2?
Right.
So, I mean, there's...
And the choice to often comes down to, well, it's probably not going to hit me, but if they do, I'm going to get $1 million. Or do I want to just make sure I keep things in their way so I get $1 here and $1 there, and it keeps rolling?
No, it's fun.
I mean, they're not high-stakes decisions.
It's lighthearted.
But, yeah, it's...
And the
they're-
game started off a little slow. It was kind of a little boring at the beginning because nobody was hitting anybody.
Just
We
got
were
out of
spreading
open
out.
space, yeah.
But towards the end, we had like 3 more carpets. It would have been.
It would have been rough.
It would have been nasty had the game not ended when it did, because I'm in a position where I'm about to have to drop
2, 4.
like 10 on Chris.
No, it's. I think Chris is about as bad as it gets. Otherwise, you've got a
4 on me.
you got a 6
3
for
on
I
me.
got
on
6
Sam.
on Sam. I got 4 on John.
But that's not.
Yeah.
Right, frankly,
But
that's
not
not
a chance
terrible.
to get to yellow.
There's nothing
There's
safe
no
on-
safe.
He's
well,
paying
no,
somebody.
You,
The
if you
one
roll a
blank-
4,
the one blank space.
Oh,
you could
okay.
roll a 4
If
and
I
land on
rolled
the
a
one
4,
blank space.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so, I mean,
But then the person, like, then John probably doesn't have a ton of good options.
well, he would just go this way and
Well,
hope
no,
he
where
rolled
you
2.
put a tile down.
You could,
there.
you could have put a tile down.
Yeah, but he still has like these. If he rolls a 2 there, anyway, you know, it's
hard to predict the
that's
future
what we're
on this
That's
game.
what you're talking. That's what we're talking about. Like
Everybody's coaching. yeah.
everyone's got an opinion on what your turn
Yep.
should be, and it's never what you need. It's never what you want it to be or what's good for you. So that to me is the mark of a good game. It's fun, and you just get in each other's face, and just it's good times.
And how long did it take us to play this game?
20 minutes.
like
20 minutes.
maybe,
I mean, that was
yeah.
set up and everything.
Yeah, that's pulling it out of the
and
box.
This
and-
is a game you can play with little kids. You can do a. I was about to say you can do a little bit of coaching. Not the coaching we're talking about. You know things like, hey, look, if you point this way, if you point that way, and how you count up. And of course, kids can learn from this because it's nice from a geometric perspective. It teaches them, and they can also learn by doing their counting and stuff like that. So you could play this with a 2 or 3 year old, and they would be able to understand what's going on, and frankly, be able to make somewhat of an informed decision because kids can kind of understand these big sort of patches of color sort of things.
Okay, as the father of a 2-year-old,
Mm-hmm.
I would disagree.
'Cause she'll-
2 feels a little bit young.
Yeah, she probably. I wouldn't pull something like this out until she's like 5. I've tried some of the Haba games for 2
Mm-hmm.
plus, and she's still like.
That's not her thing. Well, that's fair enough.
She
a very
still
active
just
girl,
plays
too.
with them, you know.
She's a very active girl.
It's the
too.
little fishy one with the magnet. She likes to just fish. Like
Yep.
the game part doesn't interest her. The activity part of it does.
That's fair.
But yeah, she. Anyway.
And by the time she's old enough for this, she's going to be old enough for Heroescape, and at that point, there's no going back.
I can't wait. Give me a reason to have Heroescape out. Just any reason at all. And I'm
Keep
for
saying
it.
we're going to play it, and we keep not playing it.
Next
We
time they
have
leave,
digressed.
the first thing they do when they leave this time, I'm setting up a Heroescape board.
All right. We're going
Sounds
finally
good.
going to do that Saturday thing, right? Play Heroescape all day. So I won.
So Sam won.
I snuck out a win.
So
2 points.
It's been a while since you've won, hasn't it?
I don't remember.
It doesn't matter
Shut
until it does.
It doesn't matter.
How did you feel about your win? Did you feel like you earned it?
Oh, it was hard fought. I really put a lot of thought into my actions. Really crunched the numbers.
Okay.
And
Was there a particular strategy that you employed?
yeah, I decided to go the direction where I had a bunch of my color and nobody else's.
Yeah. Yeah.
that was the winning strategy.
High strategy Marrakech, right?
Yeah.
It's not like
No, I mean it was fun. I enjoyed it. I did win, but you roll the die. You go however far you go.
yeah.
If the die had come up on different faces, I would have lost. And
I mean, nobody's going to accuse this game of being high strategy.
yeah,
It's very light. It's just a fun.
And I enjoyed that. I mean, like when we played Heat, there were definitely times where I said, I don't feel like thinking about my turn. I'm just going to play the random card. This time, it's a lot easier to do that because you just roll the die and see where you end up, and then you put your carpet down. It's fun.
All right, cool. So let's ask the question. On the scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate this version of Marrakech?
I've never played any other version.
The carpet Marrakech game.
I got to be honest with you. I really think the cloth carpets elevate the experience.
Yeah, I don't think this game would function if it had like cardboard.
Right. If
chips.
this were like tiles or something,
because they would like once you start stacking them on top of each other, it wouldn't work.
It wouldn't work. So I think the carpets, and they're just so unique. I think it elevates it to a 7.
Okay.
I think it's a good 7. It's a light game. You bring it out, you have a good time. It's like an appetizer or a
aperitif.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what do you think about this die?
I don't like the die.
You're having problems.
I don't like the die.
You're having problems delineating the 4 from the 2.
Right. It's got sandals on it, and my brain wants to say, well, you've got the black sandal and then the white hoop that breaks it up, and so you've got 4. So really the problem is when I look at the 2, I see 4 black lines.
Yeah.
And my brain goes, that's a 4.
That's a 4.
And
then that's an 8.
Yeah. So the die gave me some trouble. Like when it was right in front of me, it was fine, but from a distance, my brain just glossed over it.
Yeah, a little bit of a optical illusion.
See, they needed to explain all that in the rules because clearly this is a crisis with.
Well, hold on. Let's look
Could
at the
add
rules.
another
Maybe
page
there's an errata in here that I didn't see. Nope. It is just 27 pages of different languages.
How many words? Let me see. Let me count the words. While I count the words, how about
118.
All right, Chris is 118. How about Steven tells us what he thought about the game?
118 words.
So, as I mentioned, I had a really bad experience playing it on BGA not too long ago. I got my butt handed to me
Rolled
quite
up
handily.
in a carpet. And...
this is fun.
You got rolled.
I got rolled. Thank you. God, why can't I come up with a carpet pun? This makes me sad.
Really felt like they walked all over you, huh?
So, this one's fun. The tactileness of the carpets, and then the guy that you move around, and the big chunky die, and the wooden tokens for points and for money. It's just a fun little, like Sam said, like a good game to either start the night or end the night, and just kind of not have to make any hard, heavy decisions. So, with all that in mind, I'm going to give this one a 7. Even though, for whatever reason, my brain isn't working and I can't come up with a good carpet pun. I'm going to leave it at that.
So, I always like this game. It's a fun little game. I like the components, the carpets. They really make it. And I know John was really pointing out like the game board, how it has this shadow on it. It's a cool look to it. The money's a little wonky.
Yeah, but it's part of the charm.
I guess so. So yeah, I'll give it a solid 7.
Yeah, this is that era of games where everything was made out of wood.
Yes.
If they were to kickstart this now, these would be actual.
Oh, these would be metal coins.
Metal coins. The die would.
And each of the carpets would be different
Individually,
from each other.
they'd have tassels and
made out of silk, and the little guy would be like a 1.5 feet tall. And
oh, you can make one the full table size. That'd be cool. Actually, lay down real carpet.
Use real chunks of carpet.
Supersized Marrakesh.
All right, so let's stop that from happening, John.
Oh, I can see that coming at Gen Con.
Nope.
Why not?
John, let's give a number before Chris gets out of hand.
No, life size.
This is, it seems to me that this is a nice family game, and you can play it with kids, or somehow you work tequila shots and you play with a bunch of your buddies, and you just have a hell of a
He
good
discovered your carpet. Shot.
If somebody lands on your carpet, you do a shot.
He rolled a 4. Shot.
Two rules: you have to have the most money at the end, and you still have to be vertical. And
I'll be over there laying on that carpet.
All in all, it's just a cute little game. It's a 20-minute play. You can't take it too seriously, and it's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun. I mean, it's not the kind of game you're gonna write home about, but it's fun.
When you think about what a game sets out to do, this game sets out to be fun, and I think it nails it on the head.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking about what happened, so clearly
I think it covers
clearly it managed
all of its
to
bases.
weave.
Finally got
an excellent narrative.
No.
It covers the floor.
It weaves a narrative.
That's all I got. We done?
Hey, all I can say is,
Can
if you
everybody
see a
else come up
copy of
with
it, make sure you shag one.
I think Steven.
Why am I so dumb?
I think Steven might be dying a little
They
bit.
don't have carpet in Mississippi.
I mean,
Everything is carpet in Mississippi.
we do. We call it grass.
They carpet their porches.
No, it's AstroTurf.
It's a form of carpet.
Man. All right, I think we're hanging by a thread here. We should call it.